Hi guys, I showed you I picked up this old sailing boat, pirate ship I should think, in a charity shop. It's not designed to float, but I thought I would make it float, maybe putting a little electric motor on it. So this is a bit of foam from an old bodyboard. I've marked it out and I will now try and carve that so we can fit it in there. I've cut it oversized because I need it to chamfer it so it comes down so it fits. So I'll have a go at that with a sharp knife. A lot of people saw it, but then you get all sorts of foam dust blowing everywhere, so I'm going to try and use a sharp knife. Well, I was just starting to carve it, and then I've remembered out in my garden shed I've got the setup for doing hot wire cutting, so I'll go and rig that up. There's not enough room to set up the camera in there, I've got too much junk in there, but I've got an old car 12-volt battery and a wooden frame with a hot wire on it. Well, I got halfway through carving it to fit and then realised I've made a mistake. It needs to be much thinner depth-wise, because this, I got it about 1 inch too deep, so I'll start again with some thinner foam. Why did I not notice that? Right. That looks a bit better. Got enough room to put some stuff on top, like radio gear, electric motor, whatever. So we should be able to make that work and fill it in around the edges with hot glue, no doubt. I'm not sure whether to just trim a little bit more around the edges so it sits down further. I'll think about that. Hi guys. Under there is that toy boat that I picked up in a charity shop. I want to make it float. I was cutting pieces of foam to fit, and then Doc Inc. had suggested filling it with foam filler, and I remembered I'd got this in the garage, well out of date. Don't know if that'll pick the date up in there. 2019. So that's well out of date. I've put far too much in there because it's supposed to expand, so if that expands that's going to be all over the top when it's finished. But I really don't care because I'm using it all up in one go, so I can cut off any excess. To be honest, it doesn't look like it's expanding, but I seem to remember it does that when you're not looking. In other words, you leave it and come back tomorrow and it'll be up here somewhere or something, because it takes 24 hours. Anyway, we will see. I've lined the inside of the top, which is on the bottom at the moment, with cling film because I don't want it to stick to the top. I'm quite happy if it sticks to the main hull, but I want to be able to remove the top so I can get inside, carve it out and put an electric motor in there. Well, while we're on the subject of stuff being well out of date, I was hoping I could use this stuff. What date's that got on it? 2015. So even further out of date. But this is one that I'd started at some time and it's gone off. That's rock solid inside. So that's no good to anybody. That's going in the bin now. Well, that'll be going in the bin as well, because there's no point in trying to save it. I think we can see it's expanding well now. Like I said, I put far too much in there. Not a problem, we'll just cut off the excess. And while I'm in here, I'm varnishing a couple of wooden kits that I did on holiday, which I will leave somewhere as leave behind art for somebody to find. Well, at first glance that looks okay, but when we turn it around, you'll see it managed to push the top, or the deck, up out of alignment there. Despite the fact I tried to tape it down, I obviously didn't tape it enough. So that's a fail, because that means I've got to try and hollow that out again just to get the deck back in place. That's annoying. Still, we can cut that bit off with no trouble. The stuff that's expanded out the bottom, that was expected. That was expected, but I thought I'd fixed it at the bottom, the deck. Oh well, that'll keep me occupied. Right, I'll trim the bottom just using a hacksaw blade. I can just go right the way across, and then we'll worry about the decking separately. Well, that's disappointing. Got some very large air bubbles in there. Very disappointing. Well, we can see a bit clearer now. This side looks fine. This side is a complete mess. That's going to take more work to try and fix that than I'd have had with my original idea of just putting some bits of foam in there. Never mind. It was an experiment. Well, this is probably a problem with using old stock, but this hasn't set yet on the inside. And this is cling film I covered it with, but clearly that hasn't gone off yet. So we can't go any further until that's gone off. So I shall have to leave it in the garage for a bit longer. That's a shame, because this end, just there, is absolutely perfect. Around this side, but that side, not so good. Thanks for watching. If you want more information, check down below in the video description. If you like this video, you might like this one up here. And if you want to subscribe, you can check out my channel over here. Up here is my latest video on my channel, and down here is a video playlist associated with the video you've just watched. Thanks again for watching.